Okay, we should be live, I think. Hang on. Oh shit, I just realized. Okay. Is that... should I fix that? Okay, hang on, let me pour myself a drink first. I wanted to start this off, kind of explaining why I decided to make this stream, which is, you know, there has been this video recently about a guy who, should I keep the... okay. Should I keep the neural model? Hang on, let me activate it. It's not showing. That's weird. Okay, there we go. Okay. Should I go back to the crap? The chat is not working. So that means I have to, like, do it every stream, which is gonna be annoying. So my idea for this is I am going to have, like, a bit of a reaction kind of thing going on. Oh, shut up. No, I have to go into studio, I think. Pop out? Yeah, I can pop it out. Okay. Yeah, so it changes each time. That's gonna be bothersome. Okay. Well, that sucks. Okay, shut up. It's gonna mess up my retention time a little bit. Whoopsie daisy. We're gonna have to figure out how to do the chat in the future because I guess it didn't work technically. Or really work at all. That sucks. Where is it? Okay. Paste. Okay. So, it's bright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix it. Like, everyone says pop out and doing it this way, but it just never works, or it never works the way I want it to. There's probably a different system I can use, but I don't know. I'm gonna probably change out of the neural one because it's, like, so iconic. How do I do this again? Ish. No, we're not collabing with anyone. What the hell is that? Okay, there we go. Let's be a cat. Yeah, I gotcha. A cat's more fitting. Okay. Let's just get rid of the chat. So, there was a video that was uploaded recently, like 3 days ago, called "No One Can Find This Creepy Dinosaur Game." And the whole point of the video, which I'm just gonna say this right now, if you have not seen the video yourself, I would recommend you watch it first, right? I am pretty much gonna be talking about the themes of the story, or what I believe is the theme of the story, and also I am going to be talking about, like, I guess the big plot twist, right? So I would say click out and watch it yourself. I don't think I have it linked in the description. I'll probably update that after the stream is over. But yeah, do that, you know. So the video, or, like, I guess the game the video is about, is not real, right? It is a piece of unfiction. And okay, I don't know how to describe this, so let me just Google it quick. Because this is actually the first time I came across anything that was unfiction. Or more so what, I guess this is probably one of the first times I came across something unfiction, but it is something that is supposed to take place in, like, it's ARG. Or, okay, so it's basically what is going on is fictional, but is being presented or treated as real. yeah, I guess ARGs, like documentaries about like supernatural things that are going on and stuff like that. Like, SCPs, I think they're called. Like if you, or like maybe the backrooms would be a better example. Like things that are treated like they are like happening within our worlds, but they're fictional things, right? That is what this video is, right? How do I open this? So, it is a struggle to talk while doing two things at once. I'm just gonna fucking forget about the bottle. God. Okay, so I guess what I was planning on doing was doing a bit of a reaction stream to it while I talk about like how I feel about it and stuff like that, if that makes sense. Lost media and also just media in general are things I am like, I don't know, it heavily weighs on my mind, if that makes sense. I am a kind of person who likes to talk about media a lot. I like to analyze a story. I like to talk about the characters. I like to talk about how it means, what it means to me, what it means to other people, and especially those kind of things, right? Because if I'm going to be honest, I'm not like the brightest person in the world, or at least I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't think so. I don't believe I'm particularly like overly smart, super cool, things like that. I don't really put a lot of value into my opinions, but or more so in terms of like, I guess, more objective things, like if it's good or bad, or like, I guess it's not exactly objective. Those are still subjective things, but like, there are video essayists that do a very good job at like talking about like what makes a piece of fiction good, what makes a piece of fiction bad, things like that, right? I don't know, like Digi, they made like a bunch of really good videos back when they used to make like anime analysis videos. I think Mother Basement, they do a good job as well, but I think Gigig is probably one of the best like mainstream ones. Like there's a lot of probably people I could talk about, but if I'm gonna be honest, I cannot like think of anyone on the top of my head right now. But like one thing is, the reason why I am so keen on trying to like analyze something and trying to figure out like how I feel about something, what like what makes me feel that way, why do other people feel certain ways, what makes things in the story tick. The reason why I try to do that is because I'm trying to write my own stories, right? And I started like this passion when I was really young, maybe like when I was starting out at middle school, right? And one of the most important advice that everyone gives you is, if you want to know how to make a story better, if you want to know how to make like if you want to know how to make like things flow better, things like plot ideas, how to do things like character development, settings, interactions, you have to, well, for one, kind of know the subject matter. Like, let's say you're talking about war, you kind of have to know the basis of war at the very least. You want to know how to write humans. You gotta know how humans act. I'm a cat, so I can't say I know anything. Cat right now. Yeah, a couple of days ago it was a crab. Another day ago I was like a anime girl, but that was quickly deleted because it was a testing stream. But yeah, so I have became obsessed with watching animes, reading visual novels, reading regular books, reading webcomics, all those sorts, manga, comics, anything, right? To understand things like, what is the best in this genre? What is the best in terms of this kind of thing? What is the best in general, right? Just to see what something does, what it does right, wrong, and how I can use that, right? And then there as I was doing that, like I watched a lot of things, read a lot of things, and as a middle schooler, you don't really digest the information properly. You don't really get to analyze the information properly. Like that's something I kind of think about a lot, which is there's a lot of really good shows and things I've seen when I was younger, and things with like really good plot twists as well. And those things, I don't think, like, how do I describe it? Like, I always question whether or not it was a good thing that I watched it when I did, right? When I was younger, when I was less informed, I guess, or like less mature is probably better. Um, for example, Umi Neko, um, one of the greatest visual novels in my opinion, and one that has affected my life to this day. I read it when I was in my freshman year of high school. That was however many years ago, almost like it's getting closer to like a decade at this point, right? Um I feel like looking back on it, I don't think I fully grasped the message and what the characters were trying to tell me. I feel like the way I took away from the story wasn't exactly very like it was very immature, I guess. I feel like I took things at a more surface level point of view, despite the fact that I took my time to really think about things and what like the symbolism meant, what like certain scenes meant in like reality, not like I don't know, like just how it was. Like I didn't accept like like the massive like butterfly fights were just that, right? There was more to it. So that's not really relevant actually. But there's like another thing, like ignoring the whole age thing and like whether or not I seen things at the right time and right maturity. I kind of came to the realization there's a lot of media, there's a lot of movies out there, there's a lot of shows out there, there's a lot of books out there, there's a lot of everything out there. Like, how long have humanity existed and how long have people been making stories? Since forever, really, or at least since humanity has been around. Um, so, and so, I kind of realized as time progresses, there's only going to be more and more and more and more stories. By the time I was thinking about this, Oshinoko hasn't came out. Oshinoko is considered one of the best like thriller idol animes out there, and relating to like the modern day entertainment like scene. Like that's something I watch. But like there's newer stuff gonna come out. There's older stuff that are gonna be forgotten. And something I never really like something I was kind of worried about was, am I gonna be able to see everything on time? Will I be able to watch everything on time, right? And on it, like obviously the answer is no. You're not going to be able to watch every single show out there. You're not going to be able to read every book that is out there. You're not going to be able to do blah 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 blah, right? And I think I don't really remember how exactly I felt, but there's a sort of fear to that kind of feeling that you are going to miss out on so much because time moves on and things will get lost. Things will disappear, and even if it doesn't exactly disappear, it'll be forgotten as newer and newer things come out. And then there are also just a lot of things that just never come to light or finish or those kind of things. Who knows what extensive, amazing, brilliant stories are out there that could have existed that just won't exist because, you know, the creator dies, the creator lost motivation, it just wasn't financially feasible. No publisher would accept them. Things like that, you know. They just the people who were needed for the project moved on. All kinds of things. So, for this video, no one can find this creepy dinosaur game. The game is not real. But the whole point of the video, or the theme of the video, is lost media and, you know, that things are going to eventually disappear. So let me see if I can capture that. Capture. Oh god, it's so big. Okay, let me see if I can. This is probably good enough, actually. We'll do it like this, and I'll probably have to, like, fix this later, but you know, that's a later issue. We're just gonna... I'll keep the title in the channel name in. I think that's a good thing to do. But I'm probably gonna have to delete the source in a bit. Alright, let's watch the video. Oh, my desktop audio is muted. Okay, so one more thing I'm going to add on is I searched up how to do, what is it called, reaction content, because these kind of contents, while they are fair use, if you commentate, there is also is a bit of a weird spot, right? I was not able to contact the creator of this video to be able to, like, properly react with it, with, you know, with, like, permissions and, like, IPs and stuff, or, like, so I cannot, so if the creator at any point has an issue with me reacting to the video, I will take down the stream, that is fine, or hell, like, if he just wants the money, the stream, I have, like, no viewers or subscribers. Like, I'm not gonna make any money. But, like, there's also an option. Like, if I'm allowed to keep it up and he just wants some money, that's fine as well. Blah, blah, blah. Right? But for the most part, from what I heard, like, pretty much, I don't plan on watching the whole thing. And probably skipping... Well, I don't know if I can skip around because it's such a good video. Like, it's the kind of video you just want to watch from, like, end to end. Fuck. But pretty much my main goal is to talk about it and just try to talk about, like, why the video made me feel the way it did. And also kind of talk about, like, other pieces of lost media. And also, what is it called? I guess my own lost media. I don't think it counts as lost media per se. Like, technically, none of these are, like, none of the examples I'm going to give are exactly, like, a genuine lost media. Or, like, fully 100% lost media. It's just more so you cannot experience it yourself or legally. So, for, like, genuine, real lost media, this is not really it. But I'm gonna kind of, like, talk about, I guess, the missing out part. You miss out on things and you miss out on experience such a things. Movies, videos, games, shows, whatever included. So let's start it. I forgot to turn on the audio. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay. Start again.
The saying goes that nothing can ever truly be erased from the internet. Once it's there forever. But this adage is at the very least not entirely true. It posits a permanence to the internet that simply isn't there. So many things hosted on the internet have been lost, from early web blogs and personal sites to YouTube videos and video games. Though the lost media and internet archival...
This is actually something, okay, the YouTube video part. It's like... This is something that annoys me, because there are a lot of times where it's like, I wanna, like, know, like, sometimes it's like, someone makes a really good video essay that, like, perfectly encapsulate my feelings about something, and I finally got my sake bottle open. I'm so happy. Finally, we can get to the first part of the stream. The drinking... Oh my god, that's like the whole bottle. What the fuck? I never. Should I be drinking this much? How much alcohol are you normally supposed to drink? Because I only put it in like a mug. Maybe there's like types of cups you should use for alcohol. Maybe I should be using like a normal mug. I didn't even fill it up all the way. Shit. Oh, that was loud. Okay, that was really loud. I'm so sorry about that. So, okay, so I'm gonna talk about, a couple people, right? They're all gone. We'll never see them again. And whether or not, I don't know, like, this is a kind of a weird topic because some people say it's better their content is gone. So, they can't spread across their ideas. They can't get any more money. They can't get any more notoriety. No more people can learn about them. Things like that, right? But what if like the bad things they do have no presence in their like content? Then what? Like in fact, what if their content preaches like the opposite of what they ended up doing? What then, right? So there's this video essayist called like Clementine Production. Let me see if I can find any kind of thing about them. Clementine Production video essay. Oh, someone's making a someone made a debunk video on their thing. But no, it doesn't look like there's much of anything relating to them except for the one that says like they wanted to try to debunk her and her video on like Lore Olympus and more so Webtoon. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, like I'm reading a little bit of the post that was talking about like debunking it. It's kind of stupid. maybe we'll go into it a little bit later. Okay, so Clementine, they made a couple video essays, and from what I remember, all their video essays were really good, well written, and well researched, right? And another thing is, this took place maybe 3 years ago, so keep that in mind. So another thing is, they talked like they were like the talking points they had, if I remember correctly, were pretty mature. They talked about like treating people well, like I think they criticized us like sexual assault and like what is it called? Like sexual assault scenes in like media and how it is offensive to victims and how it doesn't portray people like and their suffering in a respectful light, right? Like they talk really. I haven't drank anything. Fuck. Okay, let's just watch the video. I cannot.
Communities have made great strides in the preservation of internet media. They are fighting the unwavering forces of entropy. And it is inevitable that pieces will slip through the cracks, things that now only exist in the memories of a select few and will disappear with them. Today, I'll be investigating a...
Entropy was mentioned in Madoka. It feels kind of weird to say, like, describe lost media as, like, the end of the universe to some degree. Like, I get, like, that was something that kind of stood out to me. Like, death, I guess. The destruction of worlds, planets, life, existence. Like, yeah, most definitely. In some degree, like, the story told are now gone once the stories are gone, but it's so scary to think about it like that way. Okay, so to go back to the topic, okay, so for like, I guess the reason why they took down their channel and like everything was scrubbed and deleted was because they were outed for abusing their partner. And it is one, just bad that you're abusing your partner in general. Two, really bad if you talk about how bad abuse is and how bad it affects people's mental health and how you need to portray it in a respectful way to not like disregard the feelings of abuse survivors and also you know, people going who have like traumatic memories with it, stuff like that, right? Like all that is like, wow, you're real respectful of those kind of people. Too bad you create those people. I don't know, like, so like an abuser talking about like how to respect abuse victims while being while you know, making abuse victims is something special. Yeah, so they had to scrub their content. So I remember that specific video actually got me to think more about webtoons and kind of like the stories around, like the popular stories and stuff like that. Cause I think like one of the like I think I was trying to read one of them. Oh yeah, it was Let's Play. Let's Play was the one. Okay, so they talked about Let's Play, Lore Olympus, and True Beauty. I have not seen True Beauty or Lore Olympus. With Lore Olympus, I straight up will never see it. I have heard more bad than good, so I'm just not interested. Um, True Beauty, I'm somewhat interested in it. At the very least, the story seems interesting to me. And also it has been compared a lot to another webtoon I really like, which was Makeup Remover. They also created like Surviving Romance, the creator of Makeup Remover, and I like both of their stories. So I am willing to check out True Beauty just because of that. Wait, do I have a tail? I just realized. Wait, let me pick myself up. Because I saw a move. It was like it wagged. Oh my god. What is causing that to happen? Is it like a facial thing? What, like, I'm moving my eyebrows like crazy. I don't know. I think it's just random. Okay, I'm gonna pull myself back down. The second person I wanted to mention was Asman, right? Now, if I'm gonna be honest, for what he is outed for in his content, I guess it's more like his content gave like a very early warning. So, you know, I guess for him, it's not an example of like a hypocrite. It's more like an example of a, yeah, I guess we should have seen that coming kind of thing. Because basically he was outed for being a groomer, and his videos are pretty sexual in nature, or a lot of, or more like, not even like all of them were like, the video games sometimes weren't even sexual, but like, you know, he made like lewd jokes about it, right? Like I remember one of them, which was like Corpse Party Blood Drive. There was a scene, there's like a bad end that if you mess up, Ayumi and like Yoshiki. Oh yeah, spoilers for Corpse Party Blood Drive. Wait, is this even the spoiler? It's a bad end. Like it doesn't really count. I mean, I guess the fact that they show up at all. Shit. Anyways. So if you mess up like a chase scene, Ayumi and Yoshiki will kind of be bashed into each other, like, you know, one used as like a weapon against the other. And he in the title of the video, I remember it was Ayumi and Yoshiki bang each other. And it's kind of, and like there's been a lot of romantic tension between the characters, so I don't know, I guess it's fitting, but like I just remember that it stuck out in my mind. But even like Asman's content, as much as it's kind of like bad to say, he really did change my life, and I appreciate him for that. He's still a horrible person who tried to have sex with a like, one was like, how young was she? I think, okay, I cannot remember if it was 12 or 14. Either way, really bad considering he was in his 40s. But moving past the allegations, like all of his content, all of the videos he made over the years he's been on YouTube are now gone. Every single game is gone, right? And if it wasn't for him, I would have never found the Sharon games and Sharon is probably one of my favorite RPG maker like creators, and I appreciate the games. So I kind of appreciate the fact that I was ever able to find them. I would not have ever been into Corpse Party if it wasn't for him. Straight up, I would have never found Corpse Party if it wasn't for him. And Corpse Party is one of the biggest like franchises in my like childhood. As messed up as it is to say. Yeah, Corpse Party was one of my childhood games. Oh god. I would have never played or found Danganronpa if it wasn't for him. If it wasn't for him, I would have never seen Danganronpa. And Danganronpa, like, broadened my world to, like, mystery and, like, thrillers and, like, visual novels in general. Like, mainly visual novels. Like, I don't know if I would have been as into visual novels if it wasn't for Danganronpa. And there's just, like, a lot of smaller games and, like, a lot of, like, moments that, like, it changed me. Like, the media I consume, the things I found, like, so many stories and games that I love, I found because of Asman, and that expanded, and I found even more things I love and like appreciate. So, I think he deserves to be off the platform. He does not deserve to have an audience, and he does not deserve to have any potential reach to any more victims. But there is a part of me that is a bit sad that I lost out on someone and content that changed me as a person and just changed my life. There is a few internet archives, but not of like things like Corpse Party and stuff, if I remember correctly. Like that, those are probably like some of the bigger things to me. I think Danganronpa might be up. I'm not sure. There's also like sometimes content just goes down because the creators don't feel like it fits their brand anymore, or sometimes what is it called? Like, yeah, like, you know, they just, like, they don't want their current audience to find what they did in the past because, like, you know, maybe they pivoted, like, maybe they were more, like, all ages and then they pivoted more towards, like, wait, no, it's the other way around. They were more, like, 18 plus or, like 16 up, right? And then they, like, pivoted towards all ages, right? An example I could think of is Afmao. She played this game called Sakura Angels, if I remember correctly. And I remember watching this as, like, an elementary school kid or something. Was I in... I think it was middle school. Fuck, everything's in middle school. I remember seeing that. And all the boobs. And I don't know, I really liked the game. It was a nice game, I gotta say. He's just been staring at me for a while. Should I continue the video? I'm gonna pause a lot, probably. But yeah, that's been taken down because, you know, children. Children cannot see that. Boobs are not kid-friendly, so I'm sorry.
Bizarre piece of lost media, a game lost for more than 20 years. What I thought at first would be a quick video on an obscure topic quickly became an obsessive search that would lead me to discoveries I never could have anticipated. And it all starts with one post. A Reddit user named Dinosaur Game Hunter posts to r/creepygaming. Does anyone remember this creepy dinosaur game?
Okay, so sorry for pausing again. But one of the first things... Okay, so I did this after the video ended. Because I don't know, I was just kind of encapsulated by everything that was happening that I didn't, like, do it while the video was playing. And, like I said, I didn't know what unfiction meant. So the first thing I did was try to search up the Reddit posts that this came from. And also, like, kind of just see, like, what is going on with them. Because it's like, I feel like it would be somewhat popular. Because it's like, oh, this video has almost 300,000 views, right? Like, let me scroll down a little bit, okay? Like, right here, 248,485, right? That is a lot of views. Theoretically speaking, you would see people... Wait, did you see that? I don't know if I scrolled down enough. Okay. But theoretically speaking, a lot of people would go find this post and comment on it. Be like, hey, did you see, like, the video? Or, like, hey, did you see the game? Things like that, right? So I was expecting that, but I couldn't find the post. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Oh, well. Like I said, I'm a fucking dumbass. Next thing I did was I tried to search up the game studio that the game came from and also the game itself. I couldn't find anything. No search results. And I was kind of like, huh. I thought that was a wiki page. That's weird. Then I went back to the video and I read the comments and I'm like, fuck. But yeah, I'm pretty bad at research. If you saw like the last two lore videos, also another thing is Game Theory came out with a Dreadweight's theory video. That was actually like what I was competing with, like mentally, right? There were like two like video essays I wanted to like. This is probably the second time, right? The first like what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a whole timeline of the game in order to basically have something out that explains the story, the lore, and also like what is going on in like the real world. Because like Cooking Companions and Dreadweights takes place in our world, and like everything that's happening is like heavily based off of Slavic folklore, right? But like events that happen are events that happen here as well. So I wanted to do that, but Game Theory came out first, and I had weeks to do it. So that kind of just shows like I'm pretty bad at like staying focused and researching things. Like I said I would be working on my VTuber model. I'm still stuck with like the defaults, right? Like this is the default cat. Where's my crab? Yeah, here. The crab is back. I don't like the taste of alcohol. Or maybe it's just this bottle. This sucks. What the hell? Tastes like gross. But I guess that's like something else I'll talk about a little bit later into the stream. Because I do want to get through the video and not just like blab on about like meaningless things. I do want to try to stay focused and keep... Like, I do want to try to stay focused and I do want to keep the video... What's it called? I guess, you know, I wanted to try to talk more clearly. I wasn't able to do that, so I'm kind of sad about that. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, here we go.
Played this dinosaur game when I was a kid that really freaked me out. You were stuck in a natural history museum with a bunch of dinosaur exhibits, and then the dinosaur statues and skeletons come to life, like Night at the Museum. I just remember how tense I was exploring the game, knowing I could get eaten by one of the dinosaurs at any moment. It had that weirdness of 90s 3D graphics and was set at night, probably another reason it creeped me out. Anyone else remember a game like this?
Is that
This
even a kid's
post
game?
could have easily been lost in the clutter of Reddit posts about faded memories of childhood games, which pop up every now and then and fall to the wayside. But when I read it, I knew something was different. Because I did remember a game like that.
Man, just imagine, like, selling that kind of game to kids. Actually, you know, that's kind of a interesting topic, completely off the topic of like what we are supposed to be talking about, so I'll try to talk about it briefly, right? How do you make horror games for kids? Because like we see like the FNAF thing or whatever, right? But like horror has always been targeted towards like teens and adults, maybe mostly teens, honestly. But how do you make horror for like little kids? Because, like, it is pretty much, like, a genre that is completely untouched upon in, like, children's media. I think, like, some people say, like, Courage the Cowardly Dog is an example of, like, a kids' horror, like, series. Or horror for kids. But I don't know. Like, I would just count it. But it's, like, I feel like kids deserve to experience horror, right? They deserve to feel the fear of their lives being threatened. Oh, if I can't have snacks while I watch the video, I don't have to pause between talking. The alcohol tastes like shit. I'm so pissed off. It's a horrible bottle to buy. Is it because I stored it improperly? How long ago did I buy this? When did I go to? I went to like a Korean barbecue place with my friend, and then we bought the alcohol afterwards. When did we go to that place? BBQ? Or did... KBBQ. Okay. 2 months ago. Okay, I don't think alcohol should go bad in like 2 months. Like, it doesn't taste like it went... Like, it kind of tastes like it went bad. But I never opened it before, and it was never exposed to air. And I kept it in like a dark place. Away from like moisture and temperature. Oh, well, actually, I'm not sure if it's away from temperature. But like, I had another bottle that lasted longer. Like, it didn't last like a full year, but it lasted like several months. Like, once it got to like more than a year, it started like getting moldy and like tasting bad. But like this, it hasn't been like that. It's more like it has a flavor. And it tastes like shit. But yeah, kids deserve to experience their own horror as a way to sort of more so ease into like actual horror, so they don't like just like have to like deal with all the heavy stuff like right off the bat. I feel like it would be better to have something that they can dip their toes into and sort of get accumulated to horror. But I guess like the typical slashers are kind of like a good introductory point to horror. The issue is that they usually have a lot of nudity as well, like a lot of boobs. And I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, but should kids see nudity at a young age? Like, as long as it's not titillating, I guess it's fine. Because it's kind of like, I don't know, people get naked from time to time. You're like, fuck, get used to it. People have bodies, you know? And so it's like, a part of me is kind of like, as long as they're not sexual, I guess it's fine. Like, but like, I don't think kids should be exposed to like pornographic things. It's kind of like a weird thing to think about or talk about, though. What is a good starting point for like XY thing? I thought of a joke, but then I just realized that was a horrible fucking joke. We cannot say that on YouTube. Back to the video. So well edited. Oh my god, a cat! Wait, he creates the music? What the fuck? Wait, what kind of channel is he? Hang on. Let me pause this for a bit. What kind of channel is this? Because the thing is, I don't even know if he makes video essays most of the time. Oh, he does. Oh, his videos are actually really, they get millions of views. I'm surprised. Because this is like the only and first like unfiction thing he did. Yeah, so he does make like a lot of video essay kind of things. Talked about like FNAF, Petscop. Oh my god, Petscop. Did I watch this video? One Night at Flumpty's 2? Like, fuck, some of these things seem like things I watched before. The Downfall of Hello Neighbor. Puppet Combo? Oh my god, I fucking love Puppet Combo. Except I would never play it myself. I watched Manly play it and like I remember he played like Night of the Living Nun and he couldn't finish the game. I'm not doing that. I'm a fucking pussy, I cannot do that. RPG Maker, horror games, realism and trauma. Fuck, bro, I'm... There would never be another Petscop. I swear to God, I watched that video. Damn. Damn. Alright, back to the video. And a post by You Dinosaur Game Hunter. Actually, does that person exist? Let me go look for that. You know, since we're here, like I said, I try to search for the post. I never try to search for the creator. dinosaur. Wait. Okay, dinosaur. Game hunter. Game. Fuck. Hunter. /. No, we are searching for this. Does this person exist? Wait, the post exists? What the fuck? Why didn't I find it before? Oh my fucking god. Okay, so I have been a dumbass and I was not able to find the post. I guess it's because, like, does this post pop up when you search the title? Damn, it does. Then why the hell did I not find this before? The fuck? Alright, let's turn it back on. We're gonna take a quick side quest. Does anyone remember this creepy dinosaur game? I played this dinosaur game as a kid that really freaked me out. It would have been from the 90s or maybe early 2000s, since I played it when I was a kid in the early 2000s. It was a first-person point-and-click PC game, kind of like Myst. You were stuck in a natural history museum with a bunch of dinosaur exhibits. They're going to read it out later, so it's going to be a bit redundant, but whatever. And then the dinosaur statues and skeletons come to life. Like Night at the Museum. Wait, didn't they already read it? Oh, never mind. Then I guess it's fine. I thought it was a regular escape room, so when the dinosaur started moving and trying to eat me, it scared the shit out of me. I just remember how tense I was exploring the game, knowing I could be eaten by one of the dinosaurs at any moment. It had that weirdness of 90s 3D graphics and was set at night. Probably another reason it creeped me out. Anyone else remembers a game like this? Thank you for the suggestions so far, but none of them seem to be it. I talked to my brother about it, and neither of us remember what it was called, but we were able to recall some more details that might be helpful. You started out in some kind of lobby with a big T-Rex statue in the middle. When you left the room and came back, it was gone. Wait, I just realized. Okay, so you can see up here 1 month ago. So that means in the time this video takes place and when this post was created, 1 month has passed. With how edited the video is, with how much research gone into the video, with how many people, you're gonna see well, it's only 2 people, but with how far he went and how, extensive it is, 1 month is fucking crazy, bro. You know, I feel like if I actually found this, while I was watching the video, that would have been the first red flag. 1 month? Maybe I'm just really bad at research, and maybe I'm just really bad at finding things, but 1 month? Damn! I feel like this kind of thing would take 3 months or 2 at the least, but 3 months maybe average-ish, and maybe 6 months or something. I don't know. 6 months seem like the kind of golden zone though. More months, crazy. My most vivid memories are those of the tons of different ways you get killed by the dinosaurs. I used to just get up and leave the computer when I thought I was going to die because the death screens freaked me out. The other main thing I remember was being really bad at it. I could never figure out any of the puzzles, and I get super lost easy. That's kind of standard for old point-and-click adventure games, though. I don't really remember the gameplay or the story. The final thing we were able to recall is that the game was fairly buggy, especially the further you got. It would freeze and crash randomly. I would bet the frustration from this eventually made us give up on it. I remember how we triggered it, but one time the audio completely broke and the screen faded until it was completely black except for the cursor. We heard the dinosaurs making noise, but the audio was so fucked up, so it sounded like wailing. I think something else might have happened, but I remember we ended up on a game over / death screen, but it wasn't a dinosaur. It was a weird furry creature face. Not 100% sure what happened. I really thought I dreamt it until my brother said he remembered it too. I tried drawing the image from memory. What excuse my shitty art skill, but it's so cute. I like it. I like how there's erase marks. Wait, is that even an erase mark? It just looks like an eye. Wait, no. Oh, there's like a picture on the other side because there's like eyes here too, and then like a head and like a beard. It's just like a double-sided paper. It's a drawing on the other side. Anyways, since the game, or maybe my copy was so buggy, eventually stopped playing it, so I don't remember other details beyond those early levels. I tried looking around online for it, but since I can't recall the name, I never had luck. I was introduced to the concept of lost media while searching for it, and I guess I never considered it until now, but it's possible the only thing left of the game is my recollection of it. And for it to just disappear like that would suck. So if it rings a bell to anyone else, let me know. I'll be interested in playing it again and seeing if it was scary as when I remember it as a kid. I feel like this line is a bit weird. I was introduced to the concept of lost media while I was searching for it. Kind of like name dropping like the whole point and theme of the video, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, in like however long I've been looking around at kind of like people talking about old things, like the video said, there are a lot of times people just kind of like talk about these kind of things, and I don't really remember what is it called. I don't really I don't like think anyone would really say these kind of things, like kind of saying like, damn, it really sucks that like the game I remember is just gonna be a part of my memory and just gone afterwards. Like, I don't know, it's like such a weird statement, right? Okay. Holy shit, this sounds so similar to this Mike Intosh game I played that was similar. Was there a creepy reptilian green guy that acted as a tour guide or something? I commented further down, but the one you're referring to is definitely Dinosaur Safari. Holy fuck, I love you. Wait, let me look around for some of these. Dinosaur Safari. Was this one of the videos? Ah! Hmm. Was that the game that they mentioned in the video? You could try asking over at the tip of my joystick if you haven't already. I'm really intrigued by your description of the game. Jesus, that sounds horrifying. A YouTuber named Sagan Hawks claims to have recently discovered what game it was. It's called Escape Triassic Hall. You can see him playing the video titled The Creepy Dinosaur Game No One Can Find. I've been trying to find any archive or cracked version of it online, but no such luck. Bro, same as me! Bro, same as me! I did, however, find the soundtrack as Sagan had so graciously uploaded it to YouTube. Is this possibly the game you're looking for? I just read the description and that was unexpected. I hope and pray that part at the end is a joke. Can someone explain to me if the game is real or not? I saw a comment saying something about this is an unfiction film by Sagan Hawks. I was very confused. It is not a real game beyond what was made of Sagan Hawks to tell a story in his video. You know what would be funny? What if the game, what if the poster and the creator, it was actually looking for a game? And he just, Sagan just happens to come across this post and he was like, oh, I got an idea. But this is, not the actual game. He's still looking, man, fuck Sagan. Now everyone's gonna think that's a hoax. That would be hilarious. But the thing is, he did apparently message OP and show DMs. So that's obviously not the case. Is DK Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter? This is the one that I had as a kid, and it might sound mightily familiar. This one does look really familiar, but I'm not entirely sure. I know my brother and I both used to play it, so I'm going to talk to him and see what details he remembers. Edit. Sadly, not it either. Was it by any chance Max and Buck oh my god. It is not first person, but it is point and click. And I don't remember if there were dinosaurs, but lots of animal statues and spiders that attack you. I just remember it being quite scary as a kid. Is it Dinosaur Safari? Oh, YouTube. Claim you're here from Sagan Hawks Award here. Yay! Oh, I don't have a Reddit account. Damn. That would be so great. There's a whole VTuber community. I might be more active if I posted. Fuck. I feel like I should I kind of promised myself I wouldn't really broadcast myself too much until I properly had like more things set up for my channel. Cause like I don't even have like the chat feature working or anything like that. Like I don't have a lot of things going on. So it's kind of like I don't want to like do anything until I have everything properly set up, and then start advertising my like official name, I guess. Oh. 55. Wait, this post was actually real? I was trying to find people talking about the video. For real, that's what I was saying though. I'd kill to have this as an actual game, not gonna lie. Yes, I watched the video, but alas, I know nothing about game design. As someone who was obsessed with dinosaur stuff as a kid, I know little me would have played the game if it existed, and would have definitely got freaked out by it. It has the same vibes as the one Scooby-Doo web browser game that jump scares you in the Egyptian exhibit of the museum. Not gonna lie, it was impressive how convincing this whole ARG like structure was done. Bravo. There are a couple comments. Wait, which one? Just looked up Lost Eden. Don't think it's it. Edit. Dinosaur Adventure 3D is also not it. This is just a comment that they made? Oh, they replied to this person. I wonder... Okay, so actually, I'm pretty sure I could guess what it is. Lost Eden. Is it Lost Eden or Dinosaur Adventure 3D? No, it's not. Okay. That was a fun detour.
Knowing how searches for lost media tend to go, I went into this video unsure if I was really capable of getting to the bottom of it. These kinds of things can go on for years, with large-scale searches and dedicated communities. But I felt a kind of special connection here, knowing that I had likely played the exact same game as a kid. Maybe my parents still had the disc lying around somewhere, or at the very least I could remember some detail which would nudge the search in the right direction. And what started as a...
Okay, so slight spoiler. That little line, maybe my parents still have the disc somewhere. It's a nice little foreshadowing. Actually, that would make sense because like this is all recorded in post, so it would kind of make like he wears the same outfit throughout the whole video, so it's not like he does like a step of the research, makes a recording, then like continues on until like he makes more progress, right? It's all done in one game, like one day, like as a retrospect, right? Like of everything that went down, what happened, and like how he found the game. So it kind of makes sense that he would kind of foreshadow it.
A cursory search for information turned into a full-blown investigation, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's take another look at that Reddit post. The OP shares a decent amount of information, including going on to post a drawing they made from their memory of the game. Here's some more details from the post. They say it would have been from around the 90s or 2000s, a first-person point-and-click game like...
What is Miss? Miss. An adventure video game. Oh, it's on Steam. Very positive. Released in 2021. I'm guessing it's more of like a remake. It does look old, so yeah. Cyan World Inc. Okay.
Missed. You started in some kind of lobby with a T-Rex statue in the middle. When you left the room and came back, it was gone. After that, I think all the dinos were on the loose, hunting you. My most vivid memories are that there were a ton of different ways you could get killed by the dinosaurs. I used to just get up and leave the computer when I thought I was going to die because the death screens freaked me out.
They also seem to remember the game.
Another thing is, I kind of just realized, but they sourced like the video clips that they use. Like, hang on, let me go back. Sorry. Okay, so Night of the Museum, Chicago Sun-Times, Dino Crisis.
riddled with bugs, crashing randomly. They recall one instance in particular that is uniquely unsettling.
I can't remember how we triggered it, but one time the audio completely broke, and the screen faded until it was completely black except the cursor. We heard the dinosaurs making sounds, but the audio was fucked up, so it sounded like wailing. I think something else might have happened, but I remember we ended up on a game over / death screen, but it wasn't a dinosaur. It was like a weird furry creature face. Not 100% sure what happened. I really thought I dreamed it until my brother said he remembered it too.
So actually, okay, one thing that I guess I can kind of say is it's a bit of a weird detail, and I remember that stood out to me when I first was watching it as well, which is, why would there be a weird furry creature within the game, right? Because it's a dinosaur game and they're a reptilian. Like, that's not to say, like, furry creatures within, like, the dinosaur periods, like, can exist. Like, I don't know much about dinosaurs, I'm sorry. But I always thought it was kind of strange, right? What's it called? Like, what would cause that to happen? Like, I can understand it being a visual bug, but it kind of, like, I guess my first instinct, right, was that it was more of like a bug where the wrong model was used or something, or like a different model was like distorted. But why would it look furry? Why would it look like, you know, the way OP is describing it, right? But anyways, like, that looks like Chewbacca. What in the hell would cause it to look like this? Like, look, it has horns on its head like that. Like, what creature would look like that to make it like as a bug? It has to look, okay, would it have to look similar enough for it to bug out that way? Like, I feel like there has to be some base of the actual model within it to some degree. At least the coloring, at least, like, you know, if it has horns, there has to be, like, it had to have horns to begin with. Like, the fur, I could feel like it's just, like, the model, like, degraded. But the horns just didn't make sense. It like, that kind of part just didn't make sense. Why would it exist? Like, why would a furry creature just exist within the game at all like that? And not to mention, this never gets brought back up again. Like, he's not gonna mention, like, any kind of furry creature within, like, the gameplay. Because if you look up here, is this? Sorry, my OBS is covering it. Okay, the walkthrough, right? This whole bit where he talks about the gameplay. He never finds a furry creature. And yeah, like, it is said that it is a bug, so it wasn't supposed to happen, but I kind of just thought it was weird.
The OP then provides a drawing of this face from their memory. Freaky. I was introduced to the concept of lost media while searching for it, and I guess I never considered it until now, but it's possible the only thing left of the game is my recollection of it, and for it to just disappear like that would suck. So if this rings a bell to anyone else, let me know.
These descriptions immediately rang a bell.
Wait, how did I not notice that? What the fuck? I think I did notice, like, I think, like, I remember the recollection part. Like, it would suck if, like, the only thing that was left was my recollection, so if, like, anyone knows about it, please reach out. Like, I think I remember that, but I don't remember him mentioning the lost media part.
Bell to me. As a little kid in the 2000s, I had a few different games I played a lot of.
One was Fisher-Price Great Adventures Castle, which I just called the night game. Another was Tonka Diggin' Rigs, which had a whole steering wheel setup and I called the truck driving game.
And another was something I called the dinosaur game. It actually took a bit of digging a few years back to track down the other two, but the dinosaur game, no such luck. And while I don't remember the name of the game, I do have more details I recall that weren't included by OP. So yes, I remember it being an escape game set in a dinosaur museum and the statues coming to life. I also remember it being pretty creepy to me as a kid, but perhaps this early experience with horror is something that contributed to my later fascination and subsequent job as a YouTuber talking about spooky things. In addition, I remember...
Okay, so I remember when I was younger, I used to also have, like, a couple games I would play a lot, right? And funny thing is, I actually remember the names of it. Or not all of them, but, like, because I would switch between games. There was Pop Tropica. There was Club Penguin. There was, like, the Pixie Hollow game. And there was one more that, like, eventually replaced Pixie Hollow because, like, I think it was another Disney game. I don't know. I remember I also played Ever After High, but I remember the gameplay was fucking shit. There was nothing you can do. You were put in your class, and you got to dress up based on your class. Like, you had, like, outfit themes based off of it, and then nothing else. You couldn't do anything. There was, like, no shopping, no nothing. Actually, like, I think the next game that eventually replaced Pixie Hollow had shopping in it, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was. If it's not Pop Tropica, not Club Penguin, then what is it? Wait. Is this my own lost media? No, because I remember that, like, it's like, if I'll remember it, I'll remember the name. I can't even have, like, an image pop up in my head. Maybe it's weird, but I am really good at remembering names of things in, like, media. I don't know, I guess since I was young, I always had, like, a strong attachment to media and just, like, being scared of forgetting things. Maybe.
A few details about the layout as well.
There were 3 different exhibit areas for each of the main periods of the dinosaurs, with different dinosaurs from that specific era. A Triassic area, Jurassic area, and a Cretaceous area. I also have a pretty distinct memory of an aquarium, and specifically there being some kind of submarine there.
Considering the combined information we had, you might think it would be only a matter of time until it was identified. But despite all of these details, we were still no closer to finding a name for the game, any identifying information about a publisher or dev team, or a release date, the types of things you'd need to track down a listing for the game somewhere. I did end up messaging the OP, but they told me that they had shared everything they remembered about the game already. With nowhere else to turn, I started by simply trying to brute force it.
Searching for terms like dinosaur and prehistoric in Google, the Internet Archive, and the like, narrowing the search between the 90s and early 2000s.
This process was
You know, I really like the research style of the video. Oh, my friend texted me. Oh shit, I missed that. No, just YouTube. I'm not explaining myself. Okay, so the fact that he includes things that like are false positive and includes like an actual video of someone else playing a different game, and also talks about like the weird gameplay that he didn't like or like the bugs that happen within the game, makes it so realistic. I fucking love that. Anyways, continuing on.
Tedious and time-consuming, and though I wasn't able to immediately find the game, I was able to find some similar games to rule out. The first being Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter.
This game hit so many of the descriptors, I was actually convinced for a while that this was the game that I had played, and that my memories were just really inaccurate. It's a first-person, point-and-click game with very 90s 3D graphics, which takes place in a kind of eyewitness museum filled with dinosaur skeletons. It has the separate areas for the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods, and it even has portions where there are dinosaurs that come to life. And it has other people on the internet sharing memories of being scared of it as a kid, like a real human on YouTube. Great video.
A real human.
But there's no getting mauled by
Wait,
the dinosaurs.
okay, let me search this one up. Let's see if this one exists. Okay, Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter. Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter. Oh, it's real! Yeah, the video is real. It existed years ago. There's videos of before. Abandonware. I'm setting up an old Mac as a non-internet game and educatement game. Fuck, I misread the whole thing. Back to the video.
dinosaurs, there's no aquarium, and the more I played it, the more sure I became that this wasn't what I remembered as a kid. Most of the game is spent digging for fossils and reading about dinosaurs. The game I remember, and the one the OP seems to recall as well, was mostly spent solving puzzles to escape the museum. Though Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter was close, I didn't feel confident about this being the answer. So the search continued. The only other game that seemed close was 3D Dinosaur Adventure. This game is also point and click and takes place in a kind of dinosaur park, clearly inspired by Jurassic Park, and it does include the separated areas for each era, but otherwise, it's even further than Dinosaur Hunter. The graphics are far too rudimentary, and it again focuses more on being educational. Out of luck again.
At this point, I was beginning to run out of steam a bit. If the answer was easy, wouldn't I have run into it by now? And if it's not, then what am I getting myself into? It was just as I was beginning to think about this that I made the first major breakthrough.
A video game review blog from 2011, What's Justin Playing? In a post from
What's Justin playing? Let me see if I can find that. What's Justin playing? Oh god, what the fuck is this? What's Justin playing? My unfinished game of 2011. My unfinished games of 2011. Oh, oops. I accidentally clicked caps lock instead of A. Justin Wong. What's that? Sounds familiar. Marvel. I'm not a Marvel fan. I'm more of a DC fan. But I don't think I know him. Must be a different person.
October 18th, Justin lists 8 games he's played but never finished, asking the readers what they want him to try completing again. Among them are Lego Star Wars, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and Escape Triassic Hall. Now, I'll be honest, the name didn't click right away. Like I said, all I ever called it as a kid was the dinosaur game, but it did sound promising. I messaged the Reddit OP to see if this was it, and though they couldn't be sure, they said it was something like that. Finally, we had a lead. I started with a cursory search of the newfound name. Nothing. I started poking around YouTube, game review sites, and forums. I found what I was looking for with a 2011 YouTube video by Evans Essence, Triassic Hall teaser. This might be...
Okay. So I started searching for the game. Nothing of this came out. So let's try searching for it as well. Triassic Eric. Triassic Hall trailer. So this video shouldn't exist because this is 13 years back. But yeah. Escape Triassic Hall. Wait, there's a playlist? Oh, okay. So it's just, what's it called? The music. That's cool. But no, it's not it.
Be it. This could be our first glimpse at this creepy dinosaur game.
They look very animatronic. Why do I drink? Fuck, I hate this.
This is exactly the game I remember. I cross-referenced this video with the Reddit OP and they basically confirmed it as well. We found it. Kind of. Though we do have a name and some footage to place the game, we can't play it. The game itself is still lost. but we have some more concrete leads. At the end of the trailer, there's a website, GameNetic.com. This website is defunct now, but after a bit of research into the name GameNetic, I was able to find that it was a briefly operating software development company in the late 90s and early 2000s. Through this name, I was able to track down 2 email addresses, henryshagru@gmail.com and @gmail.com. Belongs to Danielle, who was working at GameNetic back in the 2000s.
GameNetic. How do you spell that? GameNetic. Wait. It's a real fucking company. What the fuck? They're for controllers though, not. Huh. Oh well.
I was able to get in contact with her and get some more details surrounding Escape Triassic Hall.
What happened to the game? I believe the publisher ended up cutting production after only a few thousand copies were made. So after they sold those units off, that was the end of it. Why would they shut production down? As I understand it, the publisher was going under. Do you have a copy or know anyone who does? I don't have a copy, no. I
Wait.
would suggest talking to...
The spelling. Okay, let me see if
surrounding Escape Triassic Hall.
What happened to...
GameNetic. Did I spell it right? GameNetic. Like that? Yes, I did spell it right. Production. And like, obviously it's not a real company. But it's a real fucking company. Wikipedia. Yeah, no wonder why I couldn't find this. Fuck. The fucking game controller company.
To the game. I believe the publisher ended up cutting production after only a few thousand copies were made. So after they sold those units off, that was the end of it. Why would they shut production down? As I understand it, the publisher was going under. Do you have a copy or know anyone who does? I don't have a copy, no. I would suggest talking to Henry, as he was the creative lead on the game. He may still have one of the discs or ISO images.
Danielle.
I wonder, okay, so I guess like canonically within the story, right? I wonder how he was able to come across Henry's email. Because, he talked to Daniela first, so it is possible Daniela gave him the email. But the thing is, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, right? To me, it's like, there would be more people working on it. What are the chances that, like okay, so, like, yeah, okay, it makes completely sense that you would get Henry's email. Because he's, like, the lead creative design for the company. It would make sense, like, you would be able to get in contact with him, or his information would be out there. Because, you know, he was a little bit more higher up. But Daniela sounds like a random-ass person. So how the hell did he get her information, like, no one else? Like, I don't think this information was that weird to me when I, like, first thought of... Like, I think I'm just critiquing the story at this point. I'm being a nitpicker. I'm being CinemaSins. I'm so sorry. Like, okay, so if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think this detail stood out to me that much. Like, hell, even so, it could have just been, like, those two were the only helpful ones anyways. Yeah, sorry for being nitpicky. Oh shit, I need to click, my OBS blocked it.
Was incredibly helpful, but the holy grail for this thing would be getting an email back from that other email address, Henry Shagru. Henry Shagru was the lead on the game, and he may be the only one with a surviving copy. Of course, I had already sent an email to Henry, but after a week with no response, I was running out of options. I started getting desperate, refreshing eBay searches and my email inbox, driving around local Goodwills and used game stores, and I think it was starting to get to me. I was spacing out in conversations, thinking about what I'd do when I found it, getting distracted by memories of the game, memories that I was beginning to question the validity of. It had been so long and I was so young, I really couldn't be sure of anything I was remembering now, or if they were all distorted by time. I was so distracted by this search, I started to dream about it.
Okay, this is like the third time I've had this dream. It's
Okay, so this is something someone said in the comments somewhere. Background. Okay, so like these are all like cool details that he added into the video. We're not gonna talk about those. It was like maybe one of these. I didn't mention it. No. There's a concept. So many sound effects that reminded me of FNAF. I wonder why he never compared it. Really, I'm kind of surprised. Like, maybe it's because, like, really, hyperlink decay is real and terrifying. Over time, the bits that store the link data can become corrupt by just one character and break the link entirely. And then someday, things are just gonna be lost, I guess. The end speech really hits home in a weird way. Since I was a kid, and I always look at the same few artists for inspiration. And one of them heavily influenced the style of how I work, to the point where I wonder if I would ever be the same without them. That artist's work is gone from the internet now. Their blogs and posts are gone. The Wayback Machine for their sites that I can track didn't archive their images, so it's just gone. It's odd how impactful they were. Just a little fan art blog that got me into my career. But I feel like I almost lost a friend. This kind of reminds me of like when Sans Melody, she used to make like fan animations for popular MMOs. When she first took down her channel, like, I don't know, it was like something weird about it, but like she inspired me to do art and like maybe possibly get into animation one day. Like, maybe not fully. I think I was always going to be into art and I always wanted to draw, but I think she inspired me to want to draw more, right? And then to one day learn. She's only a few years older than me. Actually, I don't even know if she's older than me. She might have been younger than me. She's either a few years or like a few years younger or older. I don't remember. It's like a couple years one way or the other, but I don't remember. Wait, really? Enkidu? My nose. Okay. There was a comment that was talking about how they were able to figure out it was fake due to the fact that he... Okay, I translated it to scribbles. As for man, his days are numbered. Whatever might he do, but it is but when. I'm going to die. Am I not like Enkidu's? Deep sadness penetrates my core. I fear death, and I won't roam the wilderness. What is this deep sleep which holds you now? We are lost in the dark, and cannot hear me. So that means the first one must have been from the Gilgamesh as well. That's cool because like later we see that bit where it's like the furry guy that was like a bug was actually in the game, and it's Enkidu. I'm skipping over everything online. Hell, I thought the PS5 was a 4chan publicity stunt until I saw it. What the fuck? That honestly, maybe that's something a 4chan might do. Fuck. Didn't sound deep as hell, especially if you know anything about gaming conventions at the time. The game both sounded incredibly ambitious, but also the wrong genre. Some details sound wrong, like something simple like a point and click crashing a lot, and some of the details you'd expect you expect are somehow missing, like the name. I'm annoyed I clicked on this. I'm only 5 minutes in, but thanks for sparing me the rest. I'm going to... Bro, dude, it's just an ARG, okay, I'm gonna be, okay, this is like a side rant, you know, like, we have been doing nothing but side rants anyways, but I fucking hate people who are just like, there's like a post on Reddit, Twitter, whatever, and it's just like a goofy skit, right, like, people doing something stupid, and it's, like, they're not, like, pretending it's, like, fake, or, like, they're not making it obvious it's fake while, like, showing, like, production or whatever. Like, they present it as somewhat real because, like, it takes place in our world, right? It's just a skit. And the people in the comments, they'll be like, oh, it's a fake video. Especially on Reddit. It's like, oh, it's a fake video. They're not real, guys. The dog is an actor. The dog wouldn't actually act like it. They trained the dog like that. And, like, shit like that. And it's like, bro, just fucking chill. It's not like the dog is being abused. Is it harming the dog? Are they harming themselves? Are they harming other people? No, just take a fucking chill pill and just enjoy the content. Who cares if it's fake? Who cares if details are a bit weird? We're just trying to have fun. Someone's trying to be creative, and you guys are just bitching. And like, hell, in this video, he tells you at the very end, this was fake. And then you're gonna bitch because, oh no, a video has the audacity to be fake. What do you think about movies? Are you upset that they're not all documentaries about real life events? Are you upset that they're all fiction? That they're all fake? Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Yeah, like this commenter said, it was revealed pretty early on. Like, bro, chill. Chill. Yeah, like, I can get it if it, like, makes the hunt and the mystery less fun. Especially since, to some degree, like, I really do like lost media, like, hunting as a genre on YouTube. Like, finding things that I just would have never found because, you know, it's lost. Like, I don't know, I appreciate it. So I can understand them being upset that, like, this is not real. But bro, shit. Really like how the names of the game intertwine the concept of philosophy. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it felt too on the nose, in my opinion. Like the dream about the light at the end of the tunnel laid it on too thick and a bit too far. It didn't really feel. It didn't really hit me like the way it was hitting others. I'm personally not resonating with the kind of themes. It just kind of hurts on top of all the other problems I have with no real catharsis to me. And the video was really well made and well done, but I'm coming from away with mixed feelings about it. I feel like I need to say this for myself, but I would be too mean to just say it in the comments right now in plain sight, so I'm leaving it in the reply. Oh shit, I didn't mean to like it. I don't want to like anything. Kind of just like, so I don't have to like be too opinionated, if that makes sense. It's kind of stupid. Okay, so I think this might have been the thing relating to the dream. Because I remember it was in a reply. And they were like, extinction is inevitable. Damn, like this is so existential. But I don't remember it being the first reply, that's the thing. Which isn't a bad thing. Nothing will last. But because people still care. There was a bit where it talked about dreams and why it was like the thing that pointed them to it being fake. Dude, the ore coming closer and closer, like the asteroids that killed the dinosaur is so awesome. Like, try clicking on it in any other direction and not being able to is such a good touch. So beautifully done. Makes my skin crawl. Oh, my phone. Crap, that scared me. Quetzalcoatl. I can't find it. Fuck. Okay, so I don't really remember why the dream was weird, but we're at the dream, so I guess we might as well just watch it. So yeah, I'm gonna just say I can't understand what the commenter was saying, because when I walked away from this originally, especially when I didn't realize what unfiction meant, there was a sense of like sort of horror when I realized the game was just deleted, right? For one, I was like, how did the game do that in the first place? Just by clicking on the scribbles? Like, why would they do that? How did they do that? And like, why would the devs make that happen? Like, it's like the last surviving copy, and it's dead. It's gone. like, it freaked me out a bit. And then to realize it never existed, I was like, oh, thank God. Nothing was lost. But I kind of could understand, like, there is like people who come into like lost media like searches or like hunts. Like, I guess like the hunt, like the adventure is a good appeal of it, but there's also a good appeal of it being, you know, the fact that like you found something and it could be archived properly now. Things that would otherwise be lost, things that can mean something to people, because art means things to people. So it could make sense that like you go into this video and you just didn't get that. It was fake. It's staged. Guys, it's made up. Like, I'm more so a kind of person who's like, because this is an art piece in its own, I accept it the way it is, and especially since the themes resonate with me. Like, the death, like, entropy, the, like, things going, or, like, things disappearing eventually. Like, we just lose things eventually. The themes did resonate with me, so that's why I feel like I'm more willing to accept the fact that there was no actual lost media and there was no actual hunt. As much as I love the genre and stuff, and as much as I would love to see more media preserved, it's just kind of, you know, this was just this. So let's watch the dream now.
Gotta be because of the game, because it's a dinosaur dream. I'm like lost in the jungle, and then I hear a dinosaur. Like, I can't see a dinosaur, but in my head I'm like, oh, that's a dinosaur coming to get me. So I start running, and like, I know it's getting closer. I don't even see the dinosaur, but I just know it's a dinosaur. And then I look up, and there's this bright light. I don't know, maybe it's like the light at the end of the tunnel or something. I don't know. I'm like, oh, that's death. This light in the sky, it's kind of like, oh, that is me dying, is that. Okay, I have an alarm going off in my house. What is going on? This video is fucking with me.
I'd started getting a little impatient because of a trip I had planned. I would be busy and out of town for a while, and I was hoping I'd make another breakthrough before then. Maybe I was getting ahead of myself. So what? I made a few breakthroughs early on. That doesn't mean the next one is going to come easy or in a timely fashion. Had I lost sight of the facts I knew from the very start, that these things...
Yeah, this is like, if I'm gonna be honest, because during the Reddit post, he figured everything out in a month. Like, that's fucking insane, right? like the thing is, looking for lost things and just not knowing where to start, like, everything, like, there was only like a blimp in his mind. It is so hard to properly look and research for things in like a timely manner, especially if you don't like spend all your time doing it. And it seems like he spent all his time doing it because he was like going insane from it. Like, I did, like I wanted to research idol culture in Japan very heavily when I was younger. And by when I was younger, I mean a few years ago. Because, like, it was something that heavily interested me. But there's just not a lot of things out there in, you know, the Western culture. Like, there's so little resources out there. So I dug and I dug and I dug, and I just wasn't really getting anywhere. I was just not hitting a lot of places. But then every once in a while, I'll find more and more things, and it's just like, I slowly get more and more of a complete picture, but there's just so much that is like so hard to find because it's like cultural barriers and things that are just like hidden and lost, and it's like it's so crazy. Like research on this kind of scale, okay, so this is not a whole culture. Like this is not like researching entertainment in North Korea, like Paper Will. That took a whole year for him to do. So I can't say like this should have taken a year or anything. Like I think I'm over exaggerating when I said it. Maybe like 6 months is reasonable. I think it kind of makes sense. Like 1 month is a pretty reasonable amount of time. But also I feel like it should have taken like 2 or 3 months. 1 month feels fast to me. Especially since like I don't know. But research is so difficult. Like I know I'm just kind of bad at it. Like I think I just don't really know how to do it properly. But I feel like at this point in time, it's only been a few weeks. Like I feel like getting this far is really impressive. So like I don't know. To me, it's kind of like damn. He gets nightmares this quickly. But also it kind of like it makes sense because it took me months to get to that point, so I can't say I feel the same way. Never mind. Even when I was obsessed with something and like I was like overly like going back to it over and over and over again, it would take several months for me to get to the point where I would have nightmares or like repeatedly dream about things. Like a game I would play, it took me months of playing it for like every day in order for me to have dreams about it. I would be like when I was younger, I used to play Minecraft like every day, and I used to like I don't know, it would take up a good chunk of my time when I was younger, like so much of my time, and not so much that was like detrimental to me, but like it took me like maybe a year or more before I had a dream about it. And I wanted to dream about Minecraft because I fucking loved it. So it like, damn, bro. To be honest, like, I guess like this is like different because it's like, who knows, like how many hours he would have theoretically spent on like researching for this game and like looking for it and like dinosaurs and stuff like that. Who knows? Me, it was only like a few hours, like maybe 2 hours a day for Minecraft. And then the other game though, that was like 4-ish, maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day. And it still took me several months. So who knows? Like unless he's like you know, he's just spending every single day like 7 hours a day on this thing. I don't really see how it could like theoretically at this point in time, it would have been a week when it got to this point. So it's like I don't know, it's kind of insane to me.
Things can take years, and that there's no guarantee a surviving copy even exists. It's been decades. For all we know, the last remaining discs are scrapped.
Yeah, he mentions it. This shit takes so long. It's so hard to do.
Beyond repair or sitting in a landfill. Feeling a little defeated, I decided to talk to my own siblings about my memories of the game and how the search was going. And then one of them asked me something.
No.
Did Mom and Dad even throw out our old CD case?
You see the foreshadowing.
Wait. Did I ever actually check with my parents? One of the first thoughts I had when I read the post? Did they ever actually throw it away? Has the game actually been right under my nose this whole time?
Bro, no. When did that happen?
Remember those plans I was talking about earlier? I had booked a trip to visit my hometown, and I would be staying at my parents' house. So it kind of worked out perfectly. Before I left, I texted my parents ahead to inquire about the CD case, to which they said they didn't know, but it's possible it was in the attic with all the other boxes. I would have to wait till I arrived. So, I hopped on the plane.
Also, another thing is I like how you don't actually... Okay, so there's like nobody around and you never see him board the plane. Which is something I didn't really think about until after I finished the video. I was like, oh wait, that's probably like a piece of evidence that he didn't actually like get on any planes. Because you never see any footage of him on the... Oh, he's on the fucking... Oh! I'm sorry guys,
Basically,
I'm stupid. Oh my god, his outfit changed! What the fuck? Okay, so I'm stupid. I was like, oh yeah, like of course the foreshadowing would happen because like the video takes place in one day. Like you see, like his outfit never changes, and then like, oh like I mean like oh he never gets on an actual he gets on a fucking. No, like the thing is, it's so believable. It's like so like there's so much details and like added things. Like sure, I get like if you actually look deeper into it or like are aware of the time period and like how things work back then. It like none of the details really add up properly. Like I feel like that like yeah. But what's it called? Like I don't know. To me, it's kind of surprising. Like fuck, I was like. I was like there for the whole ride and I believed like every bit of it. Like even if there were like small tingles of like bells in the distance being like, hey, is that right? It just felt right. Like everything else just felt right. It was just small little tingles and I'm suspicious of everything. And not suspicious enough, but like suspicious of everything to some degree. And God, let me get more chips. I was actually planning on having more food that I could eat alongside my like the alcohol and whatever, so like it doesn't like upset me too much. But that wasn't able to work out because hang on, let me put this upside down. Okay, see, I'm gonna put this back in my drawer, my little thing. So what I was originally gonna do was honestly cook some pork and eat that alongside the drink. But so I crashed my car a little bit. And I didn't get home on time for like I set the stream up like a few minutes beforehand, so it was like not really like that big of a deal. But yeah, I didn't really have that much time to like cook anything up, so I didn't want to do this at like I don't know the next day. So I was like, fuck it. So I don't have any meat to eat. I also bought some beef from a market to eat. And it was like Wagyu beef. It's so fucking expensive. It's like $30 for a small plate. And I was also eating that a little bit. I don't think it's real Wagyu. I think I was scammed. Fuck. Like it doesn't have the same melty buttery feeling to it. It's just beef, like good beef, but like Kobe beef? No way. There's no way that's actual Kobe beef. Unless like Wagyu is just that overhyped. Because I swear to God, every single time I ate like Wagyu beef in America, it has just never been what they describe it as. Luckily, each time it has been relatively cheap, which I guess should have been the first red flag. Shit, my ear! Fuck, I ripped the headphones out of my ear. Okay, like, I guess I should have been the first red flag that, it just wasn't real Wagyu. It's cheap every time. But, like, I want to try luxurious things, but I just don't have the money to try luxurious things. You guys can understand, right? Like, and if you had an extra $30, you would splurge a little bit. I could have splurged on, like, fucking video games, though, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna take a break from the video for a bit just to grab more food though. Thank you. I'll be right back, guys. BRB. Do. Hello, I have returned with more snacks. Anyway, so before we continue with the video, I must quickly pause and talk about a different story, alright? So I'm going to talk about my sister. Now, I'm going to just say she's an absolute demon, and she's the absolute worst, right? So oh, actually, now that I think of it, I should probably put this video in the description so people can watch it later. Anyways, thank you for supporting me and my channel. Mysterious sister of mine. Alright, hang on. How do I change the description? Maybe I should go to studio. Letter song? Content. Where is it? Okay, this one. Alright, it's gonna be in the description. You're going to have to refresh if you do want to look at the video. But, what was it called? If you do that, that will break my concurrent viewer thing. So you better not do that. Do it later, you bastard. Alright, back to the video. Eating chips was a bad idea. I'm gonna make pork later. And shortbread cookies.
Thing I did when I arrived was begin rooting through the attic, and it didn't take long to find that old pleather CD case from my childhood. As I skimmed through it, I noticed a good deal of the discs were missing. Not a good sign, but stored about 2/3 of the way through, quietly waiting for over a decade now, was the disc for Escape Triassic Hall. And now I'm back. So let's even get this thing running, shall we?
Pretty lucky that he has the computer, though. Can my thing play CDs? No, it's, I guess it's too new. No one uses CDs anymore. That's kind of sad.
Escape Triassic Hall begins with us standing in the empty lobby, just across from a statue of a T-Rex. It's quiet and dimly lit. The museum is closed, everyone is gone, and you're locked inside, in need of a key in order to escape. The ambience is peaceful, if slightly eerie. With the thought of the exit key in our minds, we explore the rest of the lobby, getting a closer look at our surroundings. Various fossil exhibits adorn the walls, ammonites, footprints. Strangely, underneath the ammonites, there seems to be some faded text scrawled onto the wall. It's incomplete, but appears to be about clay and love.
Wait, let me see if I can read this, because, okay, so from what we saw in, like, the comment section earlier, the little bit, where is it? Let's close these so it's easier to find. Here. So, we don't have for the first one. But we do know it's a Gilgamesh clip. Quote. And because these are all Gilgamesh quotes. Like this was the first one I recognized immediately. Bro, I remember when I was talking about it in, like, high school, when I was still in high school, one thing I kind of theorized was, what if Enkidu and, like, Gilgamesh are gay? Like, actually, for a lot of the stories we read that year, we, like, there was, like, a couple of times where I was like, I swear to God, these characters act a little gay. Right? And each time my teacher would immediately shut it down and be like, no, it was just the time period is different. They didn't know, you know, like, it's just like the words are different. It means something different back then, blah, 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 right? And it's like, now I'm going to be honest, I disregard everything she says because she's Christian. So, I'm just going to say, I think Gilgamesh was a little gay for Enkidu, okay? That's gonna be my theory. If anything, Fate Grand Order of, you know, unifies my theory. I think, I actually don't remember. It's been so long, I stopped, I don't like playing gacha that much. It takes up so much space on my phone, I'm so sorry. Wait, what if I just make a new account and start streaming Fate Grand Order? Like, fuck it, that's all my content is gonna be. Indie games? Like, RPG games? No, we're just gonna do Fate.
Then, of course, there's the T-Rex in the center. It appears at first to be a statue, but we can find a small red button and speaker at the base.
Pressing it plays a brief animation, the T-Rex moving stiffly with a compressed roar emitting from the speaker. It appears this is some kind of interactive animatronic display. Getting an even closer look, which requires us to slowly pan our camera up, we can see what appears to be a key in its mouth. I have to admit, there's something pretty unnerving about this slow look up into its jaws, realizing just how massive this thing is, especially after just having seen it move. Unfortunately, we are unable to reach the key from here. The goal of this game is to escape, and in doing so, we will need to progress through the Triassic, Jurassic, and finally Cretaceous exhibits as we slowly unlock them. Along the way, we'll also explore the Ammonite Aquarium and the Activity Center. At the start, there's only one door unlocked, and that's the Triassic exhibit.
Heterosaurus?
We're met with an artificial forested
I hope no
landscape,
dinosaur lover finds
surrounded
this
on
stream.
both sides of our walkway by displays of Triassic-era dinosaurs. Some of these dioramas are quite brutal, showing prehistoric prey ripped apart, blood, bones, and all. This, combined with the dim lighting and ambient sounds, lends this whole place an eerie atmosphere. A few of the figures, upon further inspection, move robotically with a limited range of motion, similar to the T-Rex in the lobby.
Cute.
Giving them an eerie sense of life, like they're watching you. In
Reminds me
theme
of
with
an
the
app, actually.
unsettling atmosphere, the descriptions and informational blurbs given on the display plaques here are similarly dark.
For small mammals like this Megazostrodon, life in the Triassic period was a dangerous place. They spent their lives on high alert to avoid becoming a larger predator's next meal. Though Megazostrodon's highly evolved senses of hearing and smell helped them to evade the dangers of their environment, their demise, as shown here, was inevitable.
Geez, did no Megazostrodons ever just die peacefully of old age? From here, we can find an employee room.
That's actually a really weird thing to put into an exhibit as like a, I don't know, description. There's only death. The only thing that's guaranteed in life is death, kid. like ignoring what he kind of comments, like, did none of them die peacefully? It's kind of like, it's kind of weird to kind of say, yeah, they're all destined for demise. Because mostly museums, they talk about, like, how they lived, right? Like, not their deaths. How they lived. Like, what they were like. Things like that. We'll continue on. Like, it makes sense because, like, it's all fiction, you know? Like, the game, the whole video is all fake.
With a control panel, which allows us to change the animation of the T-Rex, allowing us to reach the key. Be careful about which animation you choose, otherwise you might end up in this prehistoric robot's jaws.
Now,
Coming
how does
back
that
from
happen?
the employee room
Ah, see.
actually has one of the most unsettling scares in the whole game. As we enter back into the Triassic exhibit, we find all of the creature's eyes are now on us. Creepy. After solving a few more puzzles, which give us access to the Jurassic Hall through a side door, when we make our way back into the lobby, the T-Rex is gone. No trace. Just an empty display. And then we hear this.
Nice.
The T-Rex is loose in the building. That's not good. And as if it couldn't get any worse, if we circle back to the Jurassic exhibit, we see this. And even entering the Triassic Hall, we find that many of the dinosaurs previously here are missing as well. This is the point where things really ramp up. The dinosaurs have come to life and are on the loose. If you go up to a door and see one of these dinosaur animations, you need to come back later. Otherwise... And make sure you've memorized where those dinosaurs were, because you might also be in danger if you see one out of place, or if you hear a sound like this.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I thought it was like he was talking about the orange one.
This is both terrifying and also a little bit frustrating. As far as I can tell, whether a dinosaur will be in a room or not is basically random, and though it's usually only a few seconds before you can come back and they'll be gone, it can be pretty annoying to just have to leave and be blocked from progressing at random times. This is also the point in the game where you can definitely start to see the bugs popping up that OP referenced. Sometimes clicking things just doesn't work, there's audio and visual issues, and while recording footage for this video, I got one of the creepiest glitches I've ever run into playing the game.
Wonder what would have caused this to happen? Like in a realistic aspect, like in terms of like if it was an actual game, what would cause it? If it could be caused, I guess. Because some of these are just like scares for like the creepy factor or whatever. So like they won't actually happen if like, you know, you play an old game or whatever.
What the fuck? As the game progresses, you come across these notes from the employees. While also helping us on our way to solve puzzles, they also reveal bits of story info.
Wait, I actually never read these. Let me try reading these. Okay. It's this weird stuff he insists on doing that's going to lead this place to going under. We desperately need a technician to look over these display, especially the ones in the activity center. And no one's been called. Not to mention that he's hiding the spare keys in weird places. Yeah. Hiding codes in the kids menu. There's... Oh, that's like a hint. Like, wait, these are like that's like a hint of like where you need to like look for the code for certain things. Okay, so like in terms of a game thing, that's actually pretty smart. Or like, I mean, it's kind of basic, just like leaving hints in like the notes, yeah. But more so like the fact that it's included within this like fake game is like more so what makes it impressive, I guess. Because like you might overlook these kind of things, like making hints for the story to progress and like having a story at all, or like I mean you don't need to have a story for all games, of course, but like there's being eccentric and then there's being irresponsible. If he reads that, I'll skip it through it. Don't worry.
Information to us that the owner is eccentric and that the museum is in danger of shutting down. One note in particular from the owner himself.
I had a somber epiphany yesterday morning. Since I embarked on this endeavor, it had never occurred to me... Oh, wait, fuck. Wait, that is never. That looked like an X, bro. Whatever. It has never occurred to me that it could end. I was so focused on the next step. I was blind to the inevitability of its final conclusion. Whether we can scrape together enough resources to keep this place running for another month, or year, or 10 years, the end will always be the same. Looking into the mirror yesterday, this finally hit me. I realized truly for the first time that Triassic Hall will die. Maybe not now, but someday. What the fuck, bro? Damn, it's so dark. I'm just trying to have fun and chill.
Self reads,
I had a somber epiphany.
Oh shit, he reads it. Okay, we'll skip it.
Not now, but someday.
Along with these notes, these faded...
He probably read it better. Go watch the video. Link in the description. You have to refresh the video though, if you are watching at this point.
Scratched writings like the one we saw in the lobby keep popping up, though most times they are almost too faded to make out clearly. One of my favorite places in the game is the activity center. There's this dusting for dinos minigame where you dig up dinosaur bones with a little brush, and it's home to maybe the creepiest dinosaur of the whole game. The exhibit is called Build a Dino, and it's this collection of bones that you can snap together to build your own dinosaur fossil. But
and why
later
would you
in the
do
game,
that?
this horrifying spider dinosaur skeleton amalgamation comes to life and hides in the activity center. Just seeing it in the dark corners is terrifying, not to mention its death screen.
Wait. I'm gonna try to turn up the brightness on my how do I turn up the brightness? Huh. It's different than my like laptops, so you have like a setting for it. Oh well.
In the dark corners is terrifying, not to mention its death screen. Then we have a brief stint in the maze-like ammonite aquarium, complete with submechanophobia-inducing water animatronics and the submarine that I remembered. The submarine is actually a kind of ride, like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it was definitely an atmospheric highlight.
Oh, look, a fish. Oh, shit. Oh, it's getting closer. What is that? Oh, shit. What the fuck?
After that, we make our way to what is essentially the final area of the game, the Cretaceous exhibit. This is also when the game is both the most difficult and frustrating, as the density and frequency of dinosaur encounters increases. The most unsettling part of the Cretaceous exhibit, I think, is right at the end. There's this little area dedicated to the death of the dinosaurs, and it's just so dark. Imagery of dinosaurs decomposing, bursting into flames, and suffocating. And the way it describes it is so grim, though they could not conceive of it as the last of these prehistoric beasts suffocated.
Okay, I'm gonna read the beginning. Roughly 65 million years ago, a meteor on a collision course with our planet struck the Earth. Many prehistoric creatures would have perished immediately. Instantly incinerated. The aftermath of the impact would have polluted the air with toxic ash, plunging the Earth into darkness. Fire spread across the Earth's surface. In short, the Earth was made nearly inhabitable. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at English. Save for small numbers of species, though they could not conceive of it. Okay, that's what he's reading right now.
From the toxic air, this marked the end of the reign of the dinosaurs. The final puzzle might be the creepiest. Moving into an employee room just off from the Cretaceous exhibit, where we've been led to believe the key to the exit is, we find the rusted and decaying body of an animatronic Carnotaurus. It seems to be on the edge of death, its robotic breathing shallow, but approaching it causes it to attack. In order to reach the key, however morbid it may be, we need to put this thing out of its misery. It seems to be plugged into a power cord, almost like life support, keeping this thing alive much longer than it would have otherwise. We follow this cord out and through the rest of the museum, tracking it from room to room until we find its socket and unplug it. There's this horrifying sound. And then silence. When we enter the repairs room again, the Carnotaurus is lifeless. We grab the key and escape.
Yeah! Wait. For now? The fuck? What do you mean for now? Support the channel. We'll be right back. Hey, wait. Okay. Look at the support the channel and like the you escape thing. Isn't it in like a similar font? I guess we're gonna have to like look at the A, or let's see. Is there any letters that are similar enough that U? Do we have a U in both of them? S? Okay, it's a little bit different. Never mind. Sorry.
While putting this video together, especially when I was faced with the possibility of never finding the game, I thought a lot about lost media in general. Since I was first introduced to the concept, I've been sort of fascinated by it. I've always had a fear of things being lost or going missing ever since I was a kid. There's something that fills me with equal parts anxiety and dread when I think about a song being lost forever or a film that no one will ever be able to watch again. It's deeper than just a little wistfulness over lost media. There's a real panic when the melody of a song pops into my head and I know I don't remember enough of it to meaningfully search for it, or that it will be gone by the time I get to a computer. It's a genuinely harrowing feeling when I think about the memories from my childhood, knowing that they will fade. And it is deeply saddening to know that I can't watch every film ever made or listen to every song. In some ways, this fear of loss of experiences of the world, has made me a bit of an obsessive archivist.
Okay, so this is kind of the point I wanted to commentate on the most. The part where he talks about his fear of not being able to, like, experience everything. I did talk about that a little bit in the beginning of the stream, so I don't think I have, like, a lot to say now on it. There are a lot of stories out there, and those stories, to some degree, mean a lot to the people who created it and the people who experienced it when they did. And there's something terrifying to me. That's just, I would not be able to experience it. Or sometimes, hell, like, it's just a limited thing, and then I just, like, straight up, it's just, like, it's an in the moment kind of thing that makes it special. And, like, knowing about it in retrospect doesn't mean much. Like, okay, so there's, like, a few things I can kind of talk about. There was this song, like I mentioned earlier within the stream, Sans Melody. She had this song playing when she did a speed paint for something called Monkey Hat, right? Like, I don't, like, it wasn't an actual YouTuber because I thought it was a YouTuber, but it was like a Minecraft skin or something. I don't know. But she did a speed paint called Monkey Hat. And in the background, for the first bit of the speed paint, there was this song. And, like, the piano was just so iconic to me. But I just couldn't remember any bit of the song. And then I found something somewhat similar to it, called, like, Love is an Endless Pain, right? By Mako Nakamura, if I remember correctly. And when I watched, like, and then, like, years later, like, maybe a few years later, I remember, like, thinking about the song that I heard when I was watching that speed paint. And by this point, she had taken down her channel completely. And any way to contact her or any new forms that she had taken on were also gone. So all I was left with was a song that sounded similar to it but wasn't the actual song, and a fading memory of this few notes that were played on the piano. And it drove me fucking insane. Holy shit. For the next several years, I would obsessively try to find some kind of link to this song. It would just pop up every couple months where I would just remember the song and then go into a spiral for several hours trying to look for this one song. But I had no clue what it could be. I did not know the artist's name. I did not know the name of the song. I didn't know when the song was published. I had no way to find the song. I couldn't find anything. But one thing I did remember was there was no English translation of the title at the time, right? I think it was either just the Japanese title, like the kanji, or the romanji. And I think that's why I eventually, like, settled onto it, like, Love is an Endless Pain, because back then, I guess I just really didn't like romanji or kanji or whatever, so I would prefer it to be in, like, English. So that made things worse because there was, like, no title I could search up at all, right? And funny thing is, I did eventually find it. And the method I used was I went back to that song. Because how did I find that song? It was recommended to me by the original video. So basically, the original video led me to that song. So theoretically, that song could lead me to the original video, right? So I went into incognito mode on my computer. And I searched for days on end. I don't know how long it took. Maybe a few weeks. I don't think it took that long, honestly. Like, I don't think it took, like, a whole month, right? But I listened to that song. Then I went to the next song that was recommended to me that looked like it could be promising. Not it, next song. Not it, next song. Not it, next song. Too far down that we don't think is reasonable that we'll find it by recommendation? Okay. Shut down the computer. We're gonna redo it. Start from that song. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And after I don't know how many attempts, probably about 2 weeks straight of doing this, I found the goddamn song. And honestly, that was the greatest feeling of relief I ever had. Just like the sort of, like, stress in the back of my heart. Anytime I remember that melody, the, like, short piano intro. And that is just now gone, right? I never have to worry about that again. I found the song. And also, that song has just not popped into my head as often. Like, I swear to God, it's like the feeling of like not having something completed torments you more than like having it completed. Which I guess is like why like having media be completed, or like I guess finding a lost media, having the hunt be completed feels so nice, feels so satisfying. Because otherwise it's just an empty feeling of you know something was there, but it's just not there anymore. What can you do about it? I found that song. And from when I was maybe in elementary school, it took me until I was in high school, like, to find that song. So yay, we did it. Job complete, we're a hero. There's also another thing I wanted to talk about, but I don't really even remember what it was. Another piece of lost media or something. Oh no. But yeah, like I said, I did talk about it before. Like how I am also like this feeling. Everything he described right here is just so similar to how I feel about lost media. Like I am so scared that I'm just not going to be able to experience anything, like everything properly. Like it terrifies me so much. Stories that mean so much to someone at some point in time is just gone in the wind, never to be seen again. And who knows, maybe that story could have also meant something to me. It terrifies me.
I send images and links to myself when I think I may someday maybe want to come back to them, even if I know I won't. I can't ever bring myself to delete old pictures or files. I just get a new hard drive or transfer them to a USB. I can't seem to accept that what I'm fighting is unstoppable. The decay of the universe. And even though I know it's unstoppable, even though I know all of my attempts at salvaging and saving media are only temporary, I can't seem to accept it. I just keep trying. I was going to end the video around here, but literally less than 24 hours before this video was supposed to go live.
I'm gonna be honest, that's a really Wait, I just realized the video has not been captured this whole time. Wait, how long has it just not been captured? Oh shit. Wait, how long was it down? Like, you heard the audio, so that's fine. Wait, because I think I was in, I did not interrupt the gameplay that much. Oh, damn, that means you guys didn't see anything of the gameplay or, like, the text on the wall. Oh, shit. Well, that's you guys' problem now. Link in the description to the original video. Smiley face. We are a horrible reaction channel. We're not a reaction channel. We're not doing this kind of thing again. At least not for a long, long ass time. Also, the fear of copyright terrifies me. Please take it if you didn't find this video. I'll take it down. I'm sorry. I was not able to contact you. I'm so sorry. Wait, how would I even... Now I think about it, maybe I should have sent an email instead of, like, commenting. Oh, well. We're live already. It's a bit too late.
I got an email back from Henry Shagru.
Hey, Sagan. You found the right man. I worked as the lead designer for GameNetic for the short time it existed. Sadly, I do not have a working copy of Triassic Hall. We didn't really hold on to that kind of thing. I'm not sure there are any more that exist. It didn't sell well, and the publisher stopped producing them not long after. I appreciate your interest in one of my projects, but in all honesty, I am not particularly proud of the game, or anything I worked on at GameNetic, really. If you do happen to find a copy, I have a little tip for you. There are little scribbles on the walls in the museum. If you see one, click it. They may reveal a bit of a surprise. I wish you luck on your search. Henry Shagru.
I want to sincerely thank Henry Shagru for actually responding to my email, but I'm sure you're dying to click on all those scribbles just as much as I am, right? Let's boot this thing up for a second time.
I think I remember where all those faded writings are.
What's that red light over there? Oh, hey, it's the Horn Harry thing. So there was a motto in game, right? I mean, we knew about that because I read the comments or whatever. I remember when I first got to this part. Yay, we have finished the video! I remember when I first got to that part of the video, and like I said, I did not understand what unfiction meant. I was like, what in the fucking bullshit? Why would they do that? Why would they just have a kill button for their game that deletes everything? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So we have gotten to the end of it. Now, I'm just gonna say, I don't think I have a lot to commentate on the video itself anymore, because like I've been commentating throughout. But I feel like I underestimated how many details. Okay, so like the thing about preserved media and how it references like Gilgamesh, right? The first preserved like story, or like, or more, yeah, like the first preserved story, because it was the first written story ever. And then, like, you know, the whole theme of extinction and death with the dinosaurs, and the whole theme of, like, entropy and, like, death of the universe and death of media as, like, you know, the universe ends. Like, you know, media will eventually get lost. Memories will get lost. People will get lost. Hell, I'm a like, how many subscriber person? I get no views. If I die, my channel is getting lost. Yay! Like... So, this video had made me think about a lot of things. So, we're gonna end the stream soon. But first, I kind of want to show a few examples of kind of just things you can no longer experience anymore. Media that is somewhat lost now. But, like, not actually lost, like, because there are records of it existing, right? Like, you can get it illegally, technically. Okay, so, Spec Ops: The Line. This game, I did not enjoy, I want to read that, but I don't want to read that right now. Okay, so this game, considered one of the best commentaries on war in terms of, like, the modern shooter genre, came out in 2012, right? If I remember correctly, it undersold. It did not do that well in terms of, like, money, right? But it is considered a masterpiece to, like, a cult classic to the couple of people who, like, to, like, the, like, couple of thousand people who played it, right? And let me show you here this game. Buy now. It's gone! It's fucking gone! You can, like, it, from what I know, it has been taken off of every single store. You can no longer play Spec Ops: The Line at all. It is like, there is plenty of documentation of it out there, so you can experience it vicariously through many different people, of course. So this is not like real lost media. It exists. People remember his name. People remember it existed. There's so many video essays on it. There's so many gameplay videos on it. It still exists, so it's not like true lost media. But it is gone, and from what I saw, I have not seen anything that, like, it, like, shows that you can still play it anywhere else. There's no, like, and I mean, like, illegally, by the way. I don't mean legally. Like, I would not play a game illegally on stream or whatever. But even so, I have not found anything like that. So another thing. Oh, yeah, let's ignore that. Funimation's shutting down, right? The anime dubbing company that has been around for who knows how long. It's been around for so long. And here, so Crunchyroll was the one who like shut it down because like they bought Funimation as well. To make matters worse, Crunchyroll won't support the digital copies redeemed through Funimation. This promotion allowed users to redeem digital copies of the Funimation Blu-rays or DVDs they purchased, giving them the ability to store and view them, view the show or movies through the streaming service. Funimation said users could keep the copies forever. That's clearly not the case. Now, what is gone? What animes are gone? Like, let me show one that is like real like popular, or maybe not popular. I don't know how popular this is, but this was something that is considered like, you know, a cult classic, right? It, like, so many people have talked about it and is meaning how like philosophical it is, and like how it is just relevant to like us as people, as like humans, and also to us in the modern internet era. Serial Experiment Lane. Videos aren't available. While this show can't be viewed, we do have others like it. That's great. Too bad that doesn't matter. This show is not available. Shut up. What the Another one, Yuri Kuma Arashi. Not available either. Now, let me just say this one is not really as popular, but I remember watching this when I was younger and how much I loved it. How much I loved like the songs, and also songs? Well, more like the opening, I think. And also how much I really liked like the bond between like the three characters. And there were just like some scenes that are like really meant something to me, right? And this one's gone as well. Gone. I'm not going to show the ones where the dubs are gone. I'm going to show the one where both the subbed and dubbed are not available anymore. And whether or not they'll ever be added is a question to be asked, right? And not to mention, like, I don't know if, like, you know this, but a lot of pirating sites, major pirating sites like AniWave or like 9anime, are gone. Other sites as well, like I don't remember the major list, but like 9anime was like probably the biggest, more popular one. Those are gone. Like some animes that are just straight up not going to be available on any of the legal sites, we don't have access to them anymore. Like hell, interspecies reviewers, wasn't that like not like it's not available on like Funimation, and like they made sure that no one could rebroadcast it because like they may not have rights to it anymore, or like more like I think they still had the rights to it, but they just refused to show it to anyone, like in the West at least. Like that, like I feel like that's just gonna be gone, right? Like any kind of anime that was in that kind of situation. And also not to mention like the dubs themselves are gone. Like who knows? Like even if like people like, it's not even if you are a dub watcher, it's more like sometimes like the dubs themselves have like a bit of like a difference, like enough of a difference that it's kind of like worth keeping around. Like the talents of the voice actors, you know, are just kind of erased. It sucks. Moving on from that, this one, The Vision of Escaflowne, also gone. Now this one seems to have came out a really long time ago, just judging by the art style. And I think the fact that people talked about it and talked about the fact that it's gone kind of shows that it's not exactly going to be like lost. But there was 192 titles, if I remember correctly, that are now gone. And who knows which one of them were just from who knows how long ago, in a point where there was just not a lot of internet presence. What's going to happen to those shows? Are those shows just going to be gone, lost, deleted? The fact that I remember these titles are a bit of a miracle in its own sense, right? Or like more so the fact that I was able to get these titles, I guess, and show it to you and show that these could someday, like, someday you could just like see this and never be able to watch it. What the hell are you? What the hell is this? Anyways, for one more thing, I'm gonna show you something that was really important to me back in my childhood. Huh. Damn, it's so hard to find. So this is not, like, these are not exactly full-on lost media. I will just keep clarifying, because the issue is, if these were actually lost media, I would not be able to show them as examples. Just more so examples of what could be lost, what is somewhat lost, and what just never was completed, but, you know, meant something. Alright, let me turn this back on. This channel called Dads Are Funny, and how they used to make a series called Madma. Minecraft Adventures of Dad and Mary, if I remember correctly. Wait. No, it's Mary and Dad's Minecraft Adventure. There we go. How much this series meant to me as a child. How it influenced me to be the person I was. And how it influenced me to be into the genres I am, like, most into. Like, I would not be the same person if it wasn't for this series. And I do wonder what kind of difference it would make in my life. Because I don't even know what exactly it changed about me. Because it's just been so ingrained into me. Like, no matter how, like, it's been 8 years since their last upload. And I still think about them from time to time. Like, not even infrequently. I still remember them a lot. And they're just not gonna come back. By the time the series ended, Ben, a major character who was played by a real life guy named Ben, joined the military. And we don't really know what happened after that. From, like, nothing about, like, you know, anything bad. More like, it's just more like, we don't, like, I don't know. He probably just moved on with his life, right? It's been 8 years. He probably has a family by now. By the time the series ended, Missy and Mary, who were, like, when this series started, Mary was, like, I think she was, like, at the end of her middle school, or, like, no, at the end of her elementary school, or, like somewhere in the middle of her elementary school, and then she, like, moved on to, like, middle school or something, right? By the time, like, the last video came up, they just got into, like, high school, if I remember correctly. Or, like, by the time the series ended, they got into, like, high school. And then, you know, there's Dave. Dave was, I think, the only person who kind of, like, remained over, and that's because, like, you know, he's an adult by the point the story started, so he was kind of, like, what is it called? He still continued his adult life. And from what I know, Dave is still okay and, like, doing fine, but yeah, the story kind of ends here, and I don't really get much of much of closure, you know. The story never completed. Their life just moved on. The actors had to continue on. And that's something, like, you know, if it wasn't for, like, the fact that, like, I remembered and other people remember, what would have happened? Who knows? Like, maybe this would have also just faded into the depths of memories, and everything would have just disappeared and been gone. But that's it for this stream. I hope you guys had fun thinking about things that would end eventually and disappear to the ether of memories. We will all die one day, and our memories fade along with it. Even before death, our memories fade. The things we care about, everything could just one day be laid waste. and all we have left are the small archives that may not last forever. I don't know. But in the end, all we can really do is try our best. With life, with living, and everything else. Hold the memories you hold dear close to your heart. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.